Morning students, welcome to second session in EVS class. Today we are going to see the second part in plant reproduction. We are going to see the second part of this lesson, plant reproduction. So in the first session, what we have studied, do you remember that? I think you remember. So we have studied about seeds, seed coat, types of cotyledons, seedling, that is germination of a seed. So we are going to study in detail about the germination process. Let us start the germination of seeds. The process by which a seed grows into a new plant is called germination. Water, air and warmth are needed for the germination of a seed. So in last class we have seen the conditions necessary for the germination of a seed. If the seed is provided with water, air and warmth, so it can start to grow. So the process by which a seed grows into a new plant is called germination. So let us see the next thing, that is, do all seeds germinate? We know that a plant can produce many seeds. For example, a mango tree can produce lot of mango fruits. So from the fruits we can get a lot of seeds. So not all the seeds are germinating. Not only for a tree, even for grains. A farmer is cultivating grains like pulses and cereals. Okay. So these grains, all the grains are not growing into a new plant. Why is it so? Why not all the seeds are growing? Only some seeds can germinate. Let us see that. See this picture. Unhealthy seeds. The plant is producing lot of seeds, but not all the seeds are said to be healthy. Okay, it is fully grown or developed. See the first picture, you can see the seeds are having lot of holes. So it seems that some insects has eaten away the cotyledons. The cotyledons are supplying the nutrition for the germination of the plant. Here the cotyledons are eaten away. The seed is eaten away by the insects. Then this types of seeds will not germinate. After cultivation, farmers used to store the grains, seeds, whatever they are cultivating, the dried seeds they have to store. During storage, lot of seeds, if it is not stored in a proper condition, they get affected by some insects. Some pest may eat away that, or some insects will affect the seeds. They will eat away the cotyledons, the nutritious part of the seed. So such seeds will not germinate into a new plant. Look at the next picture. In this picture, the seed is full, but some of the seeds are dark, having dark patches, slightly brown or yellowish color. Some of the seeds are shrunken, that is, shrunken seeds are there. Okay, you can notice this, I think. Okay, see, this type of seeds are affected by some disease during the plant growth itself. The seeds, whenever it is in the plant itself, it may be affected by some disease. Some plants also may affected by some disease. If such plants produce some seeds, they may not be a healthy seeds. They will produce unhealthy seeds. The seeds may be shrunken, they are not fully developed. So such seeds will also not develop, not germinate into a seedling. So we need healthy seed. We need a fully grown, fully developed healthy seed to germinate. So how a seed is forming or developing into a seedling? When the seed receives all the favorable conditions such as air, water and warmth, it starts to grow. These are the necessary conditions for the germination. At first, what is happening? The dry seed absorbs water and becomes soft. When your mother is doing the sprouting, so what she will do first, she will take the dry seeds, whether it may be a chana, that is Bengal gram, or it may be some other moong dal or urud dal, some other whatever cereals or pulses it may be. She has to take the seeds, she has to soak it in water for 4 to 8 hours. Then she has to collect, drain the water, tie it in a cloth or keep it in some other containers where it can germinate. Okay, so for germination we need all that conditions. At first the seed need is water, it has to absorb water so that the cotyledons and the seed coat become soft. After that the embryo in between the cotyledons start to grow. Let us see how that embryo is starting to grow. The radicle and the plumule. What is this radicle and plumule? We know that the cotyledons, in between the cotyledons we have the embryo, that is the baby plant. The baby plant nothing but embryo, it is having two parts. One is radicle and another one is plumule. The radicle part grows or develops into the root of the seedling and the plumule will grows into the shoot. So radicle is a tiny part in the embryo which develops into the root. After radicle, a tiny part called plumule that is also present in the embryo. So that emerges out, that grows or develops out as the shoot of the plant. Shoot is nothing but the stem. See this picture. In the first picture you can see a seed. From the seed the one part is growing, the white color outgrowth, that is nothing but a radicle. So usually the radicle is nothing but the root part of the baby plant, so that is growing out. So if the root grows first, then only it can fix the seedling firmly in the soil, so that root is growing first. After the root has grown, the plumule, next see the next picture. In this picture you can see small outgrowth of the stem, green color, it has a oval shape green color. That oval shape green color part is nothing but the two cotyledons. Once that radicle is started fixing in the soil, okay, the roots start to fix the seedling in the soil, slowly the cotyledons which is inside the soil comes out of the soil, okay, and after that it will wide open. So in between that cotyledons you can see the small outgrowth of the leaves, that is nothing but the plumule, the shoot, the stem of the plant. So it start to grow. You can see in the third, that is the small tiny leaves which is not opened, it is small. And the third the last picture you can see the yellow color, the cotyledon is becoming yellow in color and the leaves are drooped, that is opened leaves are there, it start to develop. Till the development of leaves, till the leaves are completely developed, this cotyledon supply the nutrients, that is cotyledon supply the needed energy for the growth of the seedling. Once this plants, that is leaves, start to prepare its own food, it can, that is the cotyledons dry off and it is fall of the plant. Development of shoot and root system. We have seen how the root is developing coming out of the baby plant and how the shoot part, that is the plumule, it is growing into tiny leaves. Now let us see the development of that. The radicle develops into root system and the plumule develops into the shoot system. Once the radicle come out, initially we'll get a tiny white color small outgrowth, that is the radicle, that start to fix and it start to bear lot of branches. Then only it can fix the plant firmly in the soil. The root fixes the seedling firmly in the soil. The shoot system with tiny leaves start to prepare its own food. After the cotyledons comes out of the soil, it start to bear the leaves. One set of leaves comes initially and again the next set, and like that you will get a few leaves will start to come out. And after the leaves are developed, it start to do the photosynthesis, it start to prepare its own food. Till that the cotyledons will supply, the cotyledons supply the nutrition till the plant start to prepare its own food. See the stages of germination. This is what I have explained you now with the wordings. See the picture. From the picture you can clearly understand. In the first picture, that is, the seed is completely buried inside the soil. So it is absorbing water. It is getting air and nutrition from the cotyledon. Slowly the seed coat is brown in color. It ruptures. Ruptures means tears off, and the radical part of the embryo is coming out of the seed, and it is bearing some branches. Now the seed coat is still ruptures, and the cotyledon is rising slowly above. And see this picture, the cotyledon is rising above the soil. It is coming out of the soil level. We can see the green color stem part. So in this last but one, you can see the cotyledons, oval shaped green cotyledons, which is having a small tiny leaf. Okay, and in the last picture you can see the root is also completely developed. It's having a lot of branches, and the stem stands erect with the leaves. Once the leaves started to prepare its own food, see the cotyledons become shrunken as it has supplied all the nutrition to the plant for its growth. It becomes shrunken, and once the leaves started to prepare, the cotyledon is full empty, that is, it has supplied all the nutrition. It becomes dried and it fall off from the plant. This is the stages of germination. Let us pass on to the next subheading, that is seed dispersal. We have studied how the seed, what are the types of seeds, what are the cotyledons, and how the cotyledon is supplying nutrition, how the seed is germinating. Everything we have studied. Now we know that plant is preparing a lot of fruits, and from that we are getting a lot of seeds. If all the seeds are prepared, that is falling on a same place, will it grow? Or how we are getting the same type of plant in different places. We can see a mango tree in Tamil Nadu also, in North India also, and in some other countries also. How a same type of plant is present all over the world. In many places of the world we can see a same type of plant. How it is, how the seeds are carried away to that places. So that is what we are going to see in this subheading, seed dispersal. So all the seeds will not fall near the mother plant. Plant is preparing a lot of fruits, from that we are getting a lot of seeds. All these seeds will not fall near the mother plant. Seeds need sufficient space for the better growth. While the farmer is sowing the seeds in his field, he has to leave sufficient space in between two seeds, so that the seed will get all the necessary nutrients, necessary conditions needed for the germination. They must move away from mother plant. They must move away from mother plant means the seed has to carried away or move away from mother plant. Then only it can get the nutrition, it can develop into the mother plant. Okay, next is the spreading away of seed is known as seed dispersal. The spreading away of seed is known as seed dispersal. From the mother plant, from the fruit, or from the seed pod, it has to be spread away to some other places. So this process is called as seed dispersal. How the seeds are getting dispersed? Dispersal of seeds takes place by the following. So these are the following agents which will carry away this dispersal of seeds. First one is wind, next is animals, water, explosion. Wind, animal, water and explosion. These are the factors or agents of dispersal of seed. Look at this picture. So from this picture I think you will get some idea. So the first picture is a dispersal of seed by wind. We can see the hair like outgrowth. And in the next picture, that is the coconut seed which is growing. And next picture by animals, dispersal by animals, a plant, that is a bird is having a seed on its beak. And the last one, explosion, the seed pod is opened and you can see the seeds. So let us see this dispersal of seed one by one. Dispersal by wind. Many seeds are carried away by wind. How can a seed carried away by wind? How can a seed carried away by wind? So some seeds are very light. Not all the seeds are too heavy. You might have seen watermelon, such a big fruit. Inside that we have a small seeds. It is not that much heavy. Okay. So like that, some plants have very light seeds. They are light in weight and they have some outgrowth also, wing like outgrowth, or some seeds have hair like structures. This type of seeds can float in wind and fall on the ground wherever it is going and settling down. It can grow into a new plant. Look at this picture. In the first picture I have given an example, that is dandelion. Okay, so in this picture you can see the plant that is it is having lot of seeds attached to the bud, that is lot of seed attached to the stalk of the flower. Okay, from the stalk of the flower it is attached, lot of seeds are attached, it is dried off, the dried seeds are brown in color, it has a hair like outgrowth. So this hair like outgrowth helps the seeds to fly off during a heavy wind is blowing. So this hair like outgrowth carried away the seeds and it will fly off in the air. When you are playing in the playground in our school itself, you might have noticed this type of hair like outgrowth which is flying carried away on the wind here and there. You will catch that and you will play with that. I think you remember. So this is another type of seed which is having a wing like outgrowth. A wing like outgrowth. The seed pod is dried off. It is like a paper. It gives a wing like outgrowth so that it can be easily fly off in the wind. The next method is nothing but dispersal by water. The next agent for the dispersal of seed is dispersal by water. That is, seeds of the plant that grows near water bodies. Water bodies, I think you remember, water bodies are nothing but ponds, river, lake, or even ocean, sea, everything. So are carried away by water. So water will carry away the seeds which is falling on it. Example, coconut. Seeds of aquatic plants are light and spongy. We have seen lot of aquatic plants, that is plants growing in the water bodies on water, we call it as aquatic plants. Animals living in water, we call it as aquatic animals. Like that, plants growing in water, we call it as aquatic plants. So the seeds of such plants are light and spongy. Such seeds are easily carried away by the flowing water. Example, lotus and hydrilla. Look at this picture. So in this I have shown you the coconut. So it is a beach, I think. So in this nearby you can see a lot of coconut trees. One of the coconut seed, that is coconut, is fall on water. So it may be carried away by the water. Due to water current, it may carried away to some other place, and wherever it is going and settling near any seashore or banks of the river, the seed will start to germinate and it will start to grow as a new plant. And next, this is the seed pod of lotus. We have seen lotus, it is a big size flower. In the center, middle part of that, it contains the seed pod. Seed pod is nothing but that structure which contains lot of seeds in it. The first one is the green color seed pod. It contains, you can see that eyes like seeds are embedded in that. Small pointed beads like seeds are embedded in that. In the back side you can see a dry seed pod which is brown in color. Once the seeds, that the seed pod and the seeds get dried off, it will fall on the water. Due to water current, it may carried away to some other places. So in some other place it will germinate, it will start to grow as a new plant. The next one is dispersal by animals. Dispersal by animals. Animals play a major role in the dispersal of seeds. We humans eating a lot of fruits. We are getting fruits from the markets. We are eating fruits. We are throwing seeds wherever, whenever we are traveling also we are eating fruits. We are throwing the seeds on the roadsides. Okay, like that. Even a lot of animals like monkeys, they are eating fruits. Parrots and some other birds, they are eating fruits and they are leaving the seed, that is throwing the seed, or sometimes it may come out of the excreta of the animals. Excreta of the animals means the waste of the animals. Okay, from that also it may fall on some other areas, it may start to grow. So many animals eat fruits and drop seeds. We are throwing out, or sometimes it may be come out through the excreta. Some seeds have hooked spines which can stick to the body of the animals and carried far away. So look at the picture. In this picture, first picture, you can see the seed which is having thorn like outgrowth, that is spines or thorn like outgrowth. You might have seen this type of seeds. It may stick onto your dress, or stick onto the body of the animal, skin or body of the animal. Okay, it may be carried away along with the animal wherever it is going. It may fall off somewhere else and it will start to grow. Like that, in the next seed, it is having a hook like structure. This may also stick onto your body or skin or even the cloths, and wherever you go it may be carried off by you. Whenever you notice something is sticking on your dress or skin, you will shed it off, that is throw it away, and wherever the seed is falling, it start to grow. Like this way, animals are helping in the dispersal of seeds. Dispersal of seeds. The last one is dispersal by explosion. Dispersal by explosion. Dispersal by explosion means in some plants the seeds are covered by the pod. I have shown you the picture of lotus. Lotus seeds are embedded in the seed pod, which is like a cup like arrangement. You might have seen peas. Peas are nothing but, in Tamil we say it as patani, and broad beans, avarikai. Okay, in this type of vegetables, you can see the covering, the outer cover which is green in color, we call it a seed pod. We will collect the seeds and throw it away, is it not? So that is the seed pod. Inside that the seeds are arranged in an orderly manner. So this seed pod, when it dries off, it bursts open, leaving the seeds, dry seeds, to fall away in a far away place. In this plants, the dried fruits explode and spread the seeds. Example, lady's finger, bean, pea, etc. Look at this picture. Here I'll show you that a seed pod, which is the green color outer covering of the pea plant. Okay, you can see the peas inside that, sweet peas inside the seed pod. This is nothing but the green color outer covering is nothing but the seed pod, P-O-D, seed pod. So once it get dry off, in the next picture you can see that it is the dried seed pod which is burst open and releases the seed. Once the vegetables are burst open, the seed pod is burst open, all the seeds in sticking to that may thrown away in some other places. So by this way, the explosion method, that is by explosion also seeds are dispersed to different places. So I am stopping this session here. That is, we have seen today, that is germination of a seed, different stages of germination, what is radical, what is plumule, how it is growing, how it is developing into a root system and a shoot system, and a dispersal of seed, healthy and unhealthy seeds. So agents of dispersal of seeds, that is wind, water, air and explosion, all these things we have seen clearly. So go through this, understand the topic, read your book thoroughly. Okay, and I'll see you in the next session, that is part 3 of the plant reproduction lesson. We have part 3 also. In that I will meet you again.